Welcome. I am Professor Manikam Sukumaran, Chair of the University of Massachusetts, Boston Faculty Council, the governing body of the faculty. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, J. Keith Motley, who will open today's ceremony. Chancellor Motley.
So good afternoon, everybody. So somebody said it's raining out there. All I see is sunshine. Those smiles are incredible. Hey, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in Boston. It's a beautiful day for the University of Massachusetts. It's a beautiful day for the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Greetings. I offer my welcome and I declare the 49th commencement exercises of the University of Massachusetts, Boston officially open. So I want you to remain standing as one of our incredible soon-to-be graduates, Jackson John, comes forward, who's going to earn his bachelor's degree tomorrow from the College of Liberal Arts. He's going to come forward now to sing our national anthem. Jackson.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held ere the twilight's last gleaming, whose with stripes and bright stars through the power's fight. Oh, the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets went glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that the flag was still there. Oh, sad as a suspect, burning yet wave. Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Jackson John, I tell you, something else. But also look at that incredible honor guard from the university's Department of Public Safety. Give them a round of applause. So everyone grab your seats and hold on, for you're in for an incredible day today. Congratulations, University of Massachusetts, Boston, class of 2017. Before I go any further, I want to recognize every one of the faculty, the staff, the students who worked so hard to make this special day a reality for us. While this is our 49th commencement, it's only our second time celebrating commencement in this way. We had commencement today for the first time here at the Blue Hills Bank Pavilion. Now, I know you think it's raining, but isn't this a beautiful place to do it? This is going to be an incredible place to do it in the future. Give our staff who spent all year coordinating this a wonderful round of applause, please. Class of 2017, this is a momentous time in our nation and also across the world. Many of us share deep and legitimate concerns about the future and about the possibilities of true equality, the threat of new and continuing wars, and the promise of economic and national security. There's a lot for us to think about, but today, I want to ask that all of you turn your focus inward for a moment and think about everything you have done and all the sacrifices you've made to be at this stage today. And let's celebrate your success today. Give yourselves a round of applause. You have accomplished something amazing, and no amount of turmoil or uncertainty can diminish that. You are awarded advanced degrees today, indicating a mastery in the arts and sciences or in the professions. You have applied your laser focus on a discipline or a profession that gives expression to your inner passion and ambition for your future. It is time now to turn your attention to your place in the larger world and how you will contribute to it. We, who are the trustees, the faculty, and the administration of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, who oversee this commencement exercise today, are so proud of all of you and want to acknowledge you now as our colleagues. Our pride in you is rooted in your creativity, in your persistence, in the outstanding and the original research that you participated in and that you produced. We are proud of the professional credentials you have attained, which open important doors to the world of work that most interests you. We are proud that in the spirit of Beacon, this university's symbol, you have brightened the lives of those around you, setting examples for your peers and to those who would follow in your footsteps. We are proud of the lives in the classroom you have already touched and those you have mentored. And we are proud of the unfathomable difference we anticipate you will make with this excellence you have already demonstrated in the world as you progress along your journey. Now, as you move forward in the world as professionals, in the academy and wherever that road may lead, you are an extension of the excellence of the University of Massachusetts, Boston. You are family. We who serve at this institution will soon turn our attention to the care of future graduates. But we have learned to always keep our ear and our eye out for our alumni, whether through our many networks or through formal and informal newswire. Believe me, you can't hide from us. We will find you. Know that. But we will also learn of your achievements and be proud of them, and we will celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. We will celebrate because we know that the vision of the founders will have been fulfilled in you. The hopes of our many stakeholders will have been realized in you. The investment of the citizens of this Commonwealth will be honored in you. And our beliefs in your capacity to make an indelible imprint in this city, this Commonwealth, this nation, and the world will be confirmed in you. Wherever in the world you have come from, you have demonstrated a commitment to stand with your community. However far you came, you leave this place as members of one family. hopefully with a unified goal of improving every part of the world you touch from here on out. Graduates, it's important that you understand that the degree you receive holds value and weight in the world. Your classes have been facilitated by a top-tier faculty all around me, behind me. Yes, they deserve a round of applause. Your predecessors in those classrooms have gone on to do great things. These facilities on campus are becoming the envy of our peers. You are now permanent stakeholders in this institution, and that puts you in a powerful position. Think about that. You have earned advanced degrees from the only public research university in the capital city of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The banner you carry represents not just this campus, but this proud region. You should never allow anything that anyone says to make you feel that you are in any way less of a scholar or a professional than someone who earns a degree from any other institution. I don't care what the name of that institution is. The University of Massachusetts, Boston, your soon-to-be alma mater, stands eye to eye in quality with any higher education institution in the land. All of you should wear the earned credential that you receive with pride wherever you go, because you face the pressure, you face the rigor, you have faced the demands of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, and you have prevailed. That should make you proud to be a Beacon. And we are so proud of you. And so, speaking of service, class of 2017, today we remember your classmates who cannot be here with us today because they were called to active duty as members of the United States Armed Forces. Many members of our graduating class and others who are gathered here today have served our country. Will those of you who are veterans please rise as you're able or wave and be recognized? Yeah, stand on up. We are grateful for your sacrifices, and thank you for all you've done to serve the United States of America. You may be seated. Now, just for a moment, let's talk about the pride you should feel for your accomplishments and that I feel for you. None of this happens in a vacuum. None of you simply just showed up here, sat in the classroom, received grades, and appeared this morning or this afternoon just because you have been all that. We know you're all that. But you had a lot of people that were committed to your being that person who pursued this academic mission. In other words, you didn't just study. You made service a part of your learning experience. And there's no better preparation than demonstrating a willingness to give, even when you're not getting an immediate, tangible return on the investment of your time. You should be proud of the class of 2017. It is selflessness personified. Speaking of someone who personifies the class of 2017, Fakisha Fabre of Brockton. Fakisha, where are you? Stand up, Fakisha. Let me just say, congratulations on being one of the 29 who shine. We're so proud of you. Now, this is not her first time to this event. She graduated from here just last year, and we're glad to see you back. Your achievements, your leadership, your commitment to community service means a lot to this university and to your community. I remember when she shadowed me as an undergraduate, and we're so, so proud of you. Congratulations, Fakisha. And she told me she doesn't want to leave Massachusetts. She wants to keep that 617. Don't try to send me anywhere. I also want to say there's another person who I'm so proud of that I want to talk about. Amanda Smart. Amanda, stand up. She's become an abiding part of the Soulless University by being a tenacious person and a student. She overcame great obstacles to be a student at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. And not only did she complete the rigorous requirements of a bachelor's degree, but then she pushed through to complete an MS in Human Services at the College of Liberal Arts, from which she's graduating today. And along the way, she managed to publish a children's book called Grit that inspires young people with disabilities to face life's challenges with a courage. Amanda, stand up. I know that your mother, your grandmother, and everyone is so proud of you today. But also, my niece, Alexandra Atopoulos, is out there somewhere. She didn't even tell me she was graduating today. Uncle Keith this and that. But her grandmother and grandfather, when I was an undergraduate, took care of me. And I became a part of her family, and she's graduating today. Stand up so I can smack you with a kiss from the stage. I also want to recognize a class of 2017 graduate who's given so much to the university and to me personally, and he's an incredible friend. Steve Neville is graduating today. He succeeded at everything that he's done today in life: a business executive, a minister, a community liaison, a speechwriter, though he says I never used any of them. He's been part of my Chancellor's team for 9 years, and he's also one of my students in the capstone course in higher education leadership. I know that he's had a very demanding schedule in a year. I also know that prayers should go out to his family. His incredible wife was supposed to be here today. She's been battling and battling and battling, and she's winning that battle, but couldn't be here today. And I know she's watching it on the live stream. Let's give Steve and his wife Yolanda a round of applause, earning that doctorate degree today. Steve, we're so grateful. Hey, we called him NOF, never on Friday. Some of you in the graduate school knows what that means. We never could find him on Friday because he was making sure he was taking care of that work. But he took care of the rest of the work all the other 7 days. He made it feel like there were 8 days in a week. And so, we are so grateful. This is a family who faced some stark things, but today, Steve, congratulations. Yes, give them that round of applause. They deserve it. So, finally, each and every one of you will complete a long journey today that is unique to your individual story. You've overcome your own adversity in your own lives. You've weathered some major transitions on your campus, and you encourage your friends and classmates to do the same. The fruits of your labor, your master's or your doctorate degree, is not yours alone. But I know there are many people along the way deserving of your gratitude. So this is about them as well. Please rise and join me in thanking all of them out there. Stand up and thank them. Give your loved ones a round of applause. Speaking of loved ones, so you're not the only one that has loved ones with you today. I got loved ones too. My mom is here. She's over there today. Cornelia Williams. My wife is here, my beautiful wife, Angela. My daughter and my sister are here, so I got family here too. Congratulations to you. And so today, we are so proud of you. Additionally, there are many University of Massachusetts Boston alumni eager to welcome you into their ranks of more than 90,000 members. Our Alumni Association Vice President, Charles Brown, is here from the class of 2009. Charles, stand up. From the Board of Higher Education, we also welcome Dr. Winnie Hagan, Associate Commissioner for Academic Affairs. Also on stage to show us support is our University of Massachusetts President, Marty Meehan, who's right here. I also want to recognize our trustees that are on the stage today. And I also want to say to our Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs for our System and International Relations, Marcelette Williams, welcome today as well. Please join me in welcoming all of our administrators, our trustees, and Board of Visitors members for their work on behalf of your university. And now it's my pleasure to introduce President Marty Meehan, who brings greetings on behalf of the University of Massachusetts System. Let's welcome President Meehan to the rostrum.
Put it way down low, Dr. Motley. To Chancellor Motley, distinguished guests, honorees, our trustees, Trustee Fatemi Adestanti, Trustee Mary Burns, Marcy Williams, honorary degree recipients, Gerald Chan, our speaker, to the outstanding world-class faculty we have at the University of Massachusetts Boston, to family, to friends, to loved ones, to the class of 2017, welcome and congratulations. I am so honored on behalf of the 5-campus system of the University of Massachusetts to be here to honor you and to congratulate you. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Keith Motley. For over a decade, Dr. Motley has been transforming the University of Massachusetts Boston, increasing its graduation rates, developing programs in master's degrees and PhDs. Some of those programs, you are here because of his work. He has dedicated his efforts and his passion to expand the campus, to grow enrollment, to build new buildings. And when people told him it couldn't be done, he said, you better believe it can be done. And for the first time in the history of UMass Boston, there will be dormitories and residence halls for students of UMass Boston because of Dr. Keith Motley. And you know something? There are about 3,500 four-year universities in America, and only about 300 of them get to be ranked Tier 1 National University World News and World Report. And for the first time ever, because of the leadership of Dr. Motley and the other folks here at UMass Boston is Tier 1 nationally ranked university in America. Now I say that to recognize Dr. Motley and his staff, but also that each and every one of you recognize the fact that you have achieved your advanced degrees from a world-class research university. It is no longer a debatable proposition. The world is constantly changing. In order to be successful and achieve what you seek to achieve in life, you have to be committed to lifelong learning. You have already taken a critically important step. You've recognized the fact that you need an area of expertise that required you to get an advanced degree. And because of your dedication, your hard work, you will have every opportunity in the world to succeed at whatever you seek to achieve, to seek out. I know because I'm actually the first president of the University of Massachusetts that was a graduate of one of our campuses at UMass Lowell. And I know I know what a UMass degree means, and I know the academic programs that each and every one of you are graduating from today, and you are ready to take on the world. Don't ever let anyone stop you. Achieve whatever you set out to achieve, recognizing that the community around you needs your work, your passion, your integrity. This world is in need of every one of you graduates to make it a better place to live. Now, many of you will be graduating and starting jobs. And when you get that first paycheck, the people who are here that have supported you, take them out for dinner or lunch. And if there's a little something left over, write a small check for scholarships for future UMass Boston students. Congratulations.
And if there's a little left over, take your Chancellor to lunch too. I don't eat that much anymore, you know? Listen, thank you, President Meehan, and thank all of you for your patience. I know it's frost coming out of our mouths today, even though the sun is shining. But we'll move this on. But I want you to meet someone who's really incredible. I'm going to introduce her to some, but many of you know her. She's your student speaker. Mai C. Yang is something else. She's graduating today from the McCormick Graduate School of Policy and Global Studies with a PhD in gerontology. And like many of our students, her research has been very personal to her. Your work has been personal to you. Her work is very personal to her. Growing up in Fresno, California, she knew her parents were refugees, like many of the Hmong immigrants in her hometown. But her father didn't talk much about his life before entering the United States. It was only later that Mai C. learned that her father had been a child soldier in Laos. Inspired by her father and his generation of survivors, Mai C. is working to understand the long-lasting consequences of wartime trauma. Her research focuses on the particular rates of depression and other mental illnesses in older Hmong adults. At UMass Boston, Mai C. said she found a community of scholars who supported her research through her work, and she has given a voice to her father and to others in his generation. She's bringing the expertise she has gained through her PhD back to her community, just like all of you, and that's why I'm so proud to be with you. When Mai C. Young walks across this stage today to receive her diploma, her family will be out there cheering her on. Her parents are in the audience today. Stand up, parents, so we can see you. Hey, but I know lots of parents could stand up. But listen to this. Listen to this, though. Here her parents are standing up. Now, this is why you should be excited about this. You know they got 10 children? Hold up. But all 10 of their children have earned their bachelor's degrees of higher education. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 10 children, all of them earned their degree. Pops and Mom, you are something else. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker, Mai C. Young. Yeah.
The Chancellor made sure that I had a stool so that you guys can all see my face, not just my head. So thank you, Chancellor. All right. Good afternoon, family, friends, professors, staff, and my fellow members of the class of 2017. Congratulations. It is with great honor that I address you all at the end of my time here at UMass Boston. The graduating class of 2017, The graduating class of 2017 being here today together is an impressive achievement. Yes. I would first like to speak to my fellow classmates. Today may be the last time we are scholars at UMass Boston. However, I do not believe this is the last time we will be students, because we are always learning. In my academic life thus far, I've come to believe we are responsible to contribute to each other's learning, and we should strive to keep learning long after we receive our degrees. We came to UMass Boston from all over the world to study our respective fields, to learn the importance of theory, to learn how to conduct research, and how to think critically. Along the way, we learned about wonderfully abstract concepts and engaged in mundane tasks like writing software syntax and codes. We have learned to contribute to our fields of study, modifying theories, presenting different narratives, developing alternatives, and presenting new ideas. This process propels us to give space and priority for future learning. Part of learning is being accountable for what we each contribute to society. For me, being accountable includes knowing the population I serve, including their history and factors contributing to their well-being, understanding my topic and where it may lead, paying attention to current and relevant news both here in the US and worldwide, and realizing how my work may impact the community or purpose I aim to serve. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is being accountable means doing good work, whatever your field. To be accountable, we must remember to use our knowledge and skills appropriately. I hope you will be open-minded to the parts we will each contribute to society. My cohort, I almost missed, okay. My cohort of doctoral students entered the gerontology program in 2010, included 3 students with ties to Vietnam, Emma, Lynn, and me. So excited to say their names. I wonder how many academic programs of any kind in the US accepted 3 doctoral students who were affected differently by the same war. Emma is a war refugee. She entered the US at the age of 10. Lynn emigrated from Vietnam as an adult after completing her medical training, and I am a child of Hmong refugee parents. It is a wonderful testament to the US immigration policy that all 3 of us are here today and graduating together with our PhDs in gerontology. We did not plan this. We came in with different interests, but shared goals and ambitions to help older, vulnerable populations. Emma and Lynn will both go on to work as researchers for the US Department of Veterans Affairs. I am proud to say they are some of the best minds and thinkers in research, and their research will help aging veterans, those who helped serve along their parents and my parents during the Vietnam War. And I'm heading to a postdoctoral fellowship at the University of Chicago, where I will continue to investigate the mental health of aging minorities, including veterans. I'm being honest when I say that I'm not the model minority. I did not get to where I am on my own as a good, quiet, and studious student. Far from it. It was through being open and reaching out for help and creating personal connection with my professors, mentors, and colleagues. Those who have helped me along the way do not let our differences, be it history, race, ethnicity, or life perspective stand in the way of investing, mentoring, and teaching me how to be, hopefully, an excellent gerontologist. I have worked with several professors over the years, including, but certainly not limited to, Doctors Beth Dugan, Jeff Burr, and Jan Muchler. Jan was my supervisor, mentor, and dissertation chair, essentially my universe here. Yay, Jan. In gerontology, we work with one of the most vulnerable populations, and representing the reality of older adults is hard, but necessary. In one of the many thousands meetings with Jan, she once said, "People deserve good and honest data." Integrity is key for the honest representation of who we serve. Throughout my time in the gerontology PhD program, Jan repeatedly expressed those words through actions. Over the long, but also short 7 years of working with Jan, I have learned through her support and mentorship the importance of collaboration, integrity, and humility. And finally, if I may share a bit of my family with you all. My parents came to the US in 1979 with my older sister in their arms, a few photos, and in Tolkien's words, as said by Gandalf, a fool's hope. They wanted to thrive and contribute instantly after arriving to the US. To understand why my parents struggled so hard and failed several times, we would have to understand my dad's role as a child soldier, my mom's displacement from her family, and the painful effect of war and trauma they each experienced. But their story is a common one for refugees, and something my dissertation research broadly explored. They gave my siblings and me the opportunity to attend college by coming to the US. Although my dad did hit most of my undergraduate college acceptance letter for me, he did support my attendance at UC Davis because it was a short 90 minutes drive. And my acceptance letter also came via email, so he didn't have the chance to intercept it. Dad. The further I went and the longer I was at college, the less my parents understood my purpose and reason. But I always returned home with a degree or two. By the end of tonight, I will have racked up 4 degrees. And 16 years worth of explanations to my parents and siblings. Maybe I subconsciously kept going to school because I was going for the 3 of us, my mom, my dad, and as well as for myself. But realistically, I kept going to school because it was the only way I knew how to gain the tools and skills I needed to help my parents and their cohort, and those who will come after my parents. My 3 older siblings paved the way for me by challenging traditional boundaries and expectations. My 6 younger siblings taught me to never forget compassion. Chancellor Motley gave it away already, so I do have 9 siblings. Together, with their support and trust in the American academic system, I am the convocation speaker today. In conclusion, I say to the class of 2017, today, we come together one last time with our professors, mentors, family, and friends for a celebration of our life at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Our journey will continue. Our love for what we do will carry us forward. And if any of you guys get anything from my message today, this is it, guys. This is it, team. Please leave knowing that by being graduates from UMass Boston, we have been bestowed power and privilege. I'm asking you to use the power and privilege to help our society to improve, repair, and move forward. And never let fear stand in the way of learning and helping. I look forward to all the great things we will do. Congratulations to us. Yay, us.
Hold on. So she had it sent in an email, Dad. Did you hear that? And she ended up with us. Thank you, Dad and Mom, so much. Give her another round of applause.
We will now present our Chancellor's Medal and Honorary degrees for 2017. Our university bestows the Chancellor's Medal and the honorary degrees upon individuals whose accomplishments represent the values of our institution holds dear. President Meehan and Chancellor Motley will confer the honors. President Meehan and Chancellor Motley, the first honoree, Richard Holbrook, for investiture with the Chancellor's Medal for Leadership in Civic and Corporate Responsibility, is unable to join us this afternoon.
Provost, I want the audience to know that Richard Holbrook is a little under the weather today. However, is deserving of our Chancellor's Medal. He is a distinguished and forward-thinking leader and retired chairman and CEO of Eastern Bank, and has made a tremendous contributions to our Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We will honor him. He's a Worcester native. He attended Yale and Harvard Business School, but more importantly, created a system for the bank to give back and back and back to communities and also to causes all around the world. So we will honor Mr. Holbrook in the future, Provost. Thank you. Give him a round of applause.
President Meehan and Chancellor Motley, I have the honor to present to you Eileen Pollock to receive the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Eileen Pollock, for your excellence as a teacher and your prolific work as a prize-winning American novelist, essayist, and short story writer, we salute you today. You grew up in the heart of the Jewish Catskills and were one of the first 2 women to earn a bachelor's in physics from Yale University. Now, you know, we love science and everything else here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. However, you chose a different path. Instead of submitting to the pressures of fitting into a male-dominated field, and after studying literature and philosophy in England, you returned to the United States to work as a journalist and a freelance writer, earned an MFA from the Writers' Workshop, and served as a fellow at the University of Iowa and were awarded a teaching writing fellowship there. Years later, you read a study about women's reluctance to enter technology and recalled your own efforts to fit in to that male-dominated field. You wrote about the subject in your 2015 nonfiction book, The Only Women in the Room: Why Science is Still a Boys' Club, an excerpt of which appeared as an essay in the New York Times magazine. You're also the author of 3 novels. Your most recent, A Perfect Life, was published in 2016. Your novel, Breaking and Entering, won a 2012 Grub Street National Book Prize and was a New York Times Editor's Choice selection. Your 2008 collection of stories and novellas, entitled In the Mouth, won 2008 Edward Lewis Wallant Award for his significance for the American Jew. You are also working to develop the next generation of creative writers as a member of the faculty of the Helen Zell MFA program in creative writing at the University of Michigan, that all may know of your significant contributions to and impact on American fiction and nonfiction, and on advocating for women's access to scientific fields. The University of Massachusetts, Boston, and is honored to confer upon you, Eileen Pollack, the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Eileen Pollack, by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa. In accordance with the usual custom and in token thereof, we award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of Doctor of Science. Congratulations, Eileen.
President Meehan and Chancellor Motley, I have the honor to present to you Gerald Chan to receive the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Gerald Chan, Gerald Chan, Gerald Chan. Known for your innovative work in biotechnology, your business acumen, and your philanthropy, your funding of innovative medical treatments has had an impact on people across the globe. When a Harvard University professor steered your scientific pursuits toward biology, it was a pivotal point that eventually led to a doctorate in radiobiology from the Harvard School of Public Health. After postdoctoral training in pathology at the Harvard Medical School and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, you began a career in investments. You began that career in investments and you co-founded Morningside, a private investment group which invested in China when the country first opened up. Then invested early in internet companies. A decade later, you returned to life in science and biotechnology, focusing on investments that would take universities' novel research findings and develop them into approved patient therapies. In oncology, you led investments in the pioneering use of oncologic viruses, cancer vaccines, and next-generation chemotherapeutic agents and biologies to treat cancers. You've also invested in novel antibiotics, affordable prophylactic vaccines, and antiviral drugs to treat infectious diseases, and new treatments for Alzheimer's disease and traumatic brain injury and autism, and in drugs to treat autoimmune diseases, and on and on and on, and other rare diseases and degenerative diseases of the eye. You are a distinguished visiting fellow at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, named in honor of your father, where you also serve on the Dean's Board of Advisors. In addition, you are a member of the Global Advisory Council of the International Society for Stem Cell Research, that all may know your passion for biomedical research, as well as your philanthropic spirit. The University of Massachusetts, Boston is honored to confer upon you, Gerald Chan, the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Gerald Chan, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, in accordance with the usual custom and in token thereof. We award you this diploma and invest you with the hood of a Doctor of Science. Congratulations, Gerald.
So graduates, are you ready? Because now with your 2017 commencement address, please welcome Gerald Chan. Dr. Gerald Chan.
When I was asked to give this commencement speech, I accepted it heartily because I wanted to show my solidarity with UMass Boston. I had learned that a high proportion of the students of this university are either immigrants or children of immigrants. I identify with them because I too am an immigrant. It was 50 years ago this month that I came to America. Now, I came on a tourist visa. I sort of snuck into the country. Yay! And the only way that I could stay on in this country was to get admitted to a school and get a Form I-20. Many of you know what I-20 is. Now, my problem was that I had not yet finished high school, even though I had set my sights on going to college. And I knew that without a high school diploma, there would be no way I could get into any of the major universities. Given the lack of transparency in those days, I thought it worthwhile to try finagling my way into a small college that didn't know any better. So I had heard about this small engineering college on the outskirts of Los Angeles, and so I took a Greyhound bus from San Francisco to Los Angeles and showed up at the school with my high school report cards from Hong Kong. With the exception of my grades and my class ranking in each of the subjects being numerical, the rest of the report was in Chinese. I told them that all the teachers' comments were good, and they believed me. And I was granted admission with the proviso that I had to take the SAT test during the first week of the fall term. Now, I had never taken a multiple choice test in my life. Neither did I know that people took practice tests for SATs. For an aptitude test, I thought I should go unprepared so that the test results would be a truthful reflection of my native aptitude. So I simply showed up that Saturday morning and took the test. I will now tell you something that very few people know. While my SAT math score was pretty good, my verbal score was abysmal. I will tell you what it is. It's less than 400. It couldn't have gotten me into this university. The vocabularies in the test simply stumped me, and I found most of the test nigh to incomprehensible. Today, people say that I'm a good writer. I didn't start out as such. Like many of you, English is my second language. I did not learn the English alphabet until I was in 3rd grade. I tell you my SAT score today to make the point that we never need to be ashamed of our humble beginnings. What we celebrate is the effort that we put in along the journey from the humble beginning to the destination. My parents had ingrained in me to always work as hard as I can. There is no excuse for not striving for excellence. It was in preparing for my chemistry final exam in my college freshman year that I pulled my first all-nighter in my life. In the ensuing years, there were many times when in the small hours of the morning, my tired body, in vehement protest, nevertheless complied with my decision to keep on studying. There is simply no substitute for hard work and sacrifice. Now, there is an urban myth, and nothing more than an urban myth, that I was always a straight-A student. I was not. There were courses that I struggled to get a B or even a B minus. I picked courses that I was interested in, but I would be lying to you if I told you that the degree of difficulty of getting an A with that particular professor was not a consideration in my choices. Sounds familiar, huh? Being a foreign student, shy in demeanor, scrawny in stature, inept in sports, grades were about the only thing I could be competitive in. My grades in my freshman year did enable me to transfer to UCLA the following year, and from there I was able to make my way to Harvard for my graduate work. The America I came to in 1967 felt like a land of unbounded opportunities. We believed that if we just work hard, there would be a good future for us in this country. It was an optimistic time in America, and with that optimism was a magnanimity towards the immigrants. President Kennedy had proposed an overhaul of the nation's immigration policy, which would make it easier for people to apply for immigration on the merits of their skills rather than on the basis of their ethnic origin. Those immigration reforms were signed into law in 1965 by President Johnson in a ceremony held at the base of the Statue of Liberty. In spite of the popular image of Lady Liberty being so welcoming to the huddled masses, America's welcome to immigrants has historically been contingent and by no means unwavering. When economic times were good, immigrants were welcome. When economic times were bad, immigrants were made the scapegoat. The history of Chinese immigrants in this country attests to this fickleness. In mid-19th century, Chinese laborers were brought into this country when labor was needed to build the Transcontinental Railroad. When the railroad was completed, they became surplus labor. 10 years after the beginning of the California gold rush, a quarter of the laborers working in the gold mines were Chinese. But when the mines were depleted, the Chinese became competitors for a shrinking pool of jobs. And they made matters worse for themselves by being willing to work longer hours for lower pay. In the 1880s, anti-Chinese riots spread across California to as far as Colorado and North Dakota. The Workingmen's Party of California called for the expulsion of all Chinese. The California State Constitution of 1879 had a whole section that dealt with the prohibition of Chinese from immigration and employment in the state. The anti-Chinese sentiment found its consummate expression in the passage of the Chinese Exclusion Act in the United States Congress in 1882. It was the first time in the history of this nation that a specific ethnic group was singled out for exclusion. Even the Chinese who had already settled in America then were barred from citizenship. They were to remain as permanent aliens. It would be 1943 before the act was repealed by Congress. Then as now, the Chinese immigrants wanted two things. First, they wanted to remain in this country, which offered them the opportunity to work. Second, they wanted their children to have access to education and thereby have a better future in this country. Two landmark court cases give evidence to these aspirations. In the Che Jianping versus United States case of 1889, the US Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of the Chinese Exclusion Act, and the Chinese plaintiff was denied re-entry into the country after he went back to China to visit his family. In the Tate versus Hurley case of 1885, a Chinese family in San Francisco sued for the right of their US-born daughter to be educated in the public schools. The California Supreme Court ruled in their favor, citing equal protection under the 14th Amendment. But much like in the later Plessy versus Ferguson case for African Americans, the San Francisco School Board immediately set up separate schools for the Chinese children, alleging that they were separate but equal. These two landmark cases serve to remind us of the vulnerability of immigrants. For these early Chinese immigrants, America offered them work. What America did not offer them was social mobility. In consonance with their contemporaries that came to America from Southern and Eastern Europe, social mobility had to be a multi-generational project made possible only because their children could access public education. If immigrants in this country should seem extraordinarily concerned about the children's education, it is because they know that education is the only way that the children could have a better future. This concern is deeply rooted in the exigencies of their life circumstances. Today, the new immigrants in our midst crave with no less intensity the opportunity for their children to be educated. Governor Baker once told me that the lottery for a place in Boston's charter schools used to be done physically. Applicants would gather in a school gymnasium to observe names being drawn randomly from a vessel. Eventually, they had to do the lottery by computer because the atmosphere in the room where the lottery was physically held was emotionally insufferable. There were too many tears of joy for those who won the lottery, and there were too many tears of disappointment for those who did not. Many of those parents did not speak much English. Their tears spoke volumes of their hopes for their children. It is in this light that we must look afresh at UMass Boston. This campus is situated squarely in the midst of immigrant communities. The university has no dormitory, at least as of yet, because the students stay at home to save money. More than 50% of the student body are the first generation in their families to go to university. More than 40% are Pell Grant eligible. Among the research universities in the Boston area, UMass Boston has a unique positioning. A large study published earlier this year by the Stanford economist Raj Chetty and his colleagues, suggests that if universities in this country are to move the needle for social mobility, they must both offer a quality education and widen access to students from all socioeconomic strata of society. State universities like UMass Boston are ideally suited to deliver such impact, as indeed they already have. Like most people outside the immigrant communities of Boston, I was not aware of the good work being done at UMass Boston. I'm indebted to Dr. Andy Grozovsky, with whom I share an office when we were fellow graduate students. After he became the Dean of Science and Mathematics here, he invited me to meet the students. It was only then that I realized how talented the students are, the adversities that they came from, the hardship that they endure in order to remain in school, and the accomplishments they have achieved. I met a young lady from Brazil who was graduating from this university and going on to UC Berkeley to do her PhD in physics. To qualify for a place in Berkeley's physics graduate program is an extremely high bar. Last month, I met a pre-med student from this university who was accepted to 15 medical schools. She worked as a nanny to put her younger sister through medical school back home in Ghana before coming to UMass Boston for her own pre-med studies. She supported herself through the 4 years, and she will now begin medical school this fall. Last week, I met a graduate of this university. He may well be here. Alex, are you here? Oh, Alex, he's there. Well, I met him last week. He's the first in his family to graduate from university. I asked him, why did you choose to come to UMass Boston? He said it was the only school he could afford. He is now going to UCLA for a combined MD PhD program. He also has lined up 2 part-time jobs in Los Angeles to help pay for medical school. One is to work in the emergency department of a hospital, and the other is to flip hamburgers in In-N-Out Burger. The truly extraordinary accomplishments of these students are made even more extraordinary in light of the life challenges they face. We are fortunate to have young people like these as our fellow citizens in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They are shining examples that affirm the Commonwealth's long-standing commitment to public higher education. It was the legislature of Massachusetts that started the first university in America. Few people appreciate the fact that Harvard University started out as what we would call today a state university. It was founded by a vote of the Great and General Court of the Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1636. A tax was levied on every household for the support of that university. The Massachusetts State Constitution of 1780 states, and I quote, "It shall be the duty of legislatures and magistrates in all future periods of this Commonwealth to cherish the interests of literature and sciences and all seminaries of them, especially the University at Cambridge." The mention in the state constitution of the university in Cambridge, as yet the only university in Massachusetts, signals the importance the Commonwealth places on the higher education. For well over 200 years, Harvard University derived its financial support from the Massachusetts legislature. Its governing board was controlled by the state. Harvard was in every way a state university. It was only in 1865 that the Commonwealth spun out the university to the charge of its alumni. Massachusetts was also a pioneer in modernizing university education to adapt to the state's changing economy. As early as 1825, the state legislature considered creating and endowing an institution to provide, and I quote, economical and sufficient instruction in the practical arts and sciences to that class of persons who do not desire or are unable to obtain a collegiate education. In other words, when Harvard was in the business of turning out gentlemen adorned with a modicum of Latin and Greek, the Commonwealth was opening the door for its citizens to be educated in the useful arts. Specifically, if you look back to that document in 1825, it talked about educating the students in French and Spanish so as to facilitate trade, in accounting, in economics, management of manufacturing, engineering, chemistry, and crop science. UMass Boston follows in this long tradition of public higher education in Massachusetts. In times like ours, when educational privilege has become a powerful source of economic privilege, this university is making our community more equitable and less polarized. For the founding father and the leaders in government when this nation was a young republic, democracy and education were inseparably coupled. The same 1825 report to the Massachusetts legislature has this to say, and I quote, "With us, it has become axiom that the preservation of free institutions without great intelligence in the people is impracticable. Democracy gives voice to the common man, but it is education that enables him to achieve the social and economic ends of democracy. At the same time, it is education that creates the social and economic conditions that makes democracy sustainable." Thank you. I once met an elderly professor in the University of Göttingen in Germany. I asked him, how much tuition do German universities charge? He stared at me in disbelief that I would ask such a question. He then looked me straight in the eyes and said to me, "If my grandchildren asked me to teach them something, would I ask them to pay for it?" His simple words are so loaded with meaning. I consider them as one of the most profound sentences I have ever heard. Over the years, I have ruminated over that sentence time and time again. It speaks to a conception of society and a relationship of the individual with society that is quite alien to mainstream America today. Rather than considering higher education as a commodity to be purchased and consumed by individuals for their own betterment, that German professor jolted me to think about higher education as a public good and a moral imperative. I stand before you today as a product of public higher education. My undergraduate studies were subsidized by the state of California. My graduate studies and postdoctoral training was supported by the National Institute of Health. If I had returned any benefit to society in my career, it is only because the American public first made an investment in me, beginning from the days that I was a foreign student in this country. It is in gratitude for public education, public higher education, that I come here to be with you today to show my support for UMass Boston. Woo! Now, I'm particularly pleased that the graduates gathered here have not only finished college, but you're now receiving a graduate degree. Your choosing to enroll in graduate school tells me that you want to continue to grow and that you're reaching for greater opportunities. If I had one advice for you, and this is the same advice that I give to my son and daughter-in-law for their newborn twins, it is this, one word: read. Read good books. Access a huge number of books that are freely available online. Go to bookstores and browse through what is on display. I particularly like to go to used bookstores because I'm randomly exposed to new subjects that I had not been interested in before. When it comes to books, I am very, very old-fashioned. Purchasing a book has symbolic meaning for me. It is my way of saying thank you to the author. It is my way of saying thank you to the bookstore for being a channel for the diffusion of knowledge. I am today a more avid reader than I have ever been in my younger days. Never stop reading, and you will never stop growing. Today marks a significant milestone in your lifelong education for which you and your loved ones should be very proud. I'm honored to be here to spend this day with you. I thank you for your invitation, and I send you all congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
So thank you to Dr. Chan. And now it's about you. We come to this very important part of our ceremony, the conferral of graduate degrees and certificates of advanced graduate study to 1,216 students at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Provost Winston Langley will now present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Thank you, Chancellor Motley. Would the Dean of Graduate Studies, Jean Gergier, please step forward? Yes. I have. Yes. Chancellor Motley and President Meehan and Chancellor Motley, of the 83 doctoral students receiving their degrees, I have the honor to present to you the candidates present today who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, or Doctor of Nursing Practice, and who have been recommended for these degrees by the faculty of the College of Education and Human Development, the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Management, the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, the College of Science and Mathematics, the John McCubbert Graduate School of Policy and Global Studies, and the School for the Environment. We will confer doctoral degrees by college. Following the recognition of our doctoral candidates, President Meehan and Chancellor Motley will confer the degrees. Candidates proceed to shake the hands with the Chancellor and the President in front of the center podium. Will Felicia Wilczynski, Dean of the College of Education and Human Development, please come forward as the 20 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees.
That's Rita Bolero. Tamara Blake Canty. LaDonna L. Bridges. Nate Bryant. Melanie Sheila Cadet. Zelda Chelen Demirtas. Patricia Chenard. Glenn A. Cochran, Linda Kent Davis, Whitney Lauren Kleinert, Elena Costarina, Stephanie Marson Lee, Stephen Neville, Alexandra Ploha, Asabi Wabita Paloma, Megan Ray Silva, Diane Simmons, Eric Lars Smith, Cindy Smith Taylor, Emily Elizabeth Wheeler,
Will David Tekla, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts, please come forward as the 10 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees?
Yeah.
Gerard Byron. Lena Capagna. Victoria Ross Choate Hassler. Brian Benjamin Griffiths. Amy Heberly. Sarah Kaplan Levy. Fernanda Lucchesi. Francis Martinez Pedraza. Marisa Murphy O'Boyle. Francisco Ignacio Sarase.
Will Dean Haddock, Dean of the College of Management, please come forward as one doctoral candidate in your college receives his degree?
Erin Elizabeth Beaton.
Will Marion Winfrey, Dean of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, please come forward as the 17 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees.
Jeannie Murphy Andrewson. Laura Black. Amy Carew Lyons. Kathleen E. Carr. Christine Marion Collins.
Linda Connor. Lorraine C. Drapek. Anna E. Fraley. Heather Nicola Givens. Gertha Marie Glimo Dabaji. Susan J. Gray. Just 5 more and then switch.
Robin Marina Kaufman. Sharon Ann Perkins. Victor G. Petreka. Allison Jane Rigby. Amy Beth Weldon. Andrew P. Wolansky.
Will Andrew Gosowski, Dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, please come forward as the 10 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees.
Nada Attar. Stephanie Bellinger. Yahui Dai. Amanda Glazier. Courtney Lee Nye. Scott Matthew Paulison. Yureng Cheng. Jia-In Wang. Yu Yang. Ting Zhang.
Will David Cash, Dean of the John McCormack Graduate School of Policy and Global Studies, please come forward as the 13 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees.
Maria Bingulats. Abigail Amanda Butt. Elaine Kathleen Donnelly. Monica Kalatis Garlick. Alma Haluli Biba. Jaeman Lee. Zhou Chang Lee. Emma D. Quach. Lien Koch. Ana Maria Sanchez Rodriguez.
Chua T. Alvin. Ryan M. Whalen. Mai Si Yang.
Will Robin Hannigan, Dean of the School for the Environment, please come forward as your 4 doctoral candidates in your college receive their degrees.
Ram A. Barankin. Vidya Jyoti. Yan Liu. Edward Joseph Sains.
President, we're going to ask the doctoral students to stand.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees by the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Doctor of Education, as recommended by the faculty of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, in accordance with the custom. You as individuals are entitled to all the rights, privileges which pertain to this degree here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Mann. Doctoral recipients, please be seated. We will now present candidates for master's degrees. With the 1,216 candidates for master's degrees, education specialist degrees, graduate certificates, postmaster's certificates, certificates of advanced graduate study in the College of Advancing and Professional Studies, the College of Education and Human Development, the College of Liberal Arts, the College of Management, the College of Nursing and Health Sciences, the College of Public and Community Service, the College of Science and Mathematics, the John McCormack Graduate School for Policy and Global Studies, the School for the Environment, and the School for Global Inclusion and Social Development. Please rise and remain standing.
Tip your microphone up and talk louder. I don't think they can hear you.
Students, as your groups are conferred, you're invited formally to shift the tassel and their graduation cap from the right side to the left, signifying you have received your degree. After the alma mater, your name will be read and you will come forward to the stage to receive your diploma. President Meehan and Chancellor Motley, on the recommendation of the faculty and deans, I have the honor to present to you the 1,216 candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degree of Master of Art, Master of Fine Art, Master of Science, Master of Education, or Master of Business Administration, or Education Specialist degrees, or for graduate certificates, postmaster's certificate, or certificate of advanced graduate study.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Massachusetts, I confer upon the certified students the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Science, Master of Education, Master of Business Administration, Education Specialist for graduate certificates, postmaster's certificates, or certificates of advanced graduate study as recommended by the outstanding faculty of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, in accordance with the custom as you as individuals are entitled to all the rights and privileges which pertain to this degree, or certified here and elsewhere. Congratulations.
So I need you to be seated so we can bring you forward in just a few moments to receive your diploma. So every year, we induct our graduates into the family of alumni of the University of Massachusetts, Boston, because the strength of this university depends on you. There are nearly 90,000 alumni of this university. Boston State College, State Teachers College at Boston, and Boston Normal School, who give witness to the great value of public higher education. With Charles Brown, Vice President of the University of Massachusetts Boston Alumni Association, representing the alumni body, and Ma Young, come on up, representing the student body for the Alumni Association induction.
Will all of the members of the 2017 class please stand? PhD students, you too, come on. Chancellor Motley and the Alumni Association Vice President Brown, inscribed upon this scroll are the names of every class of 2017 graduate student. I request that each name be permanently added to the list of distinguished and revered alumni of the University of UMass Boston. We ask that the University of Massachusetts Boston Alumni Association help direct our service to the university so that our class joins all alumni in helping to bring honor to our university.
Thank you, Mai. Members of the graduating class of 2017, we welcome you. All University of Massachusetts Boston alumni join you in your pledge to bring honor to Boston's great public university. As you arrive today, there were alumni pins awaiting you on each seat. We hope you wear your alumni pins proudly and stay connected to your university. We welcome you to the association and wish you every success. Congrats.
So congratulations to all of our beacons, past and present. I now invite you to join us in our chamber singers as we sing to UMass Boston, our alma mater, led by Professor David Gissel. I'd like to thank our professor of music, David Patterson, who wrote the score to accompany our traditional lyrics. Winston. But we're going to stand for it anyway, right? Here come the chamber singers. So we're going to rise for this alma mater.
Like tall ships setting sail, may we steer evermore to that beacon of beauty and truth on the shore. To that beacon of beauty and truth on the shore.
At this time, we begin the distribution of diplomas. Graduates will be called forward by college. We will begin with the College of Advancing and Professional Studies and the School for Global Inclusion and Social Development. And I ask Dean DeSalvia and Dean Kernan to join their graduates on the floor.
Albert Peyton Buckley Jr. Carol Victoria Castaneda Guzman. John Contrado.
Eric Brooks.
Kevin Pierce Shea.
Timothy John Izzo.
Lisa Beck. Susan Warren Brown. Bryn Elizabeth Rollo Liskey. Pamela Dempsey O'Connell. Vanessa Sacco. Leah Allen. Wipa Kampuk. Daniel Ident. Taylor Schnupp. Christina Gambon.
It seems my school's down there too. My students are calling me down. Students with blue capes coming, blue hoods.
That isn't it strange? They didn't say that.
My students, I don't know. Some of them are sitting further back. I can't find anyone.
No, I think it would be wrong because,
Anita.
see, that's where you are.
Okay, I'll wait. I didn't think it was right, but the students are
Lauren Schmitz Crooks.
pointing to me and telling me come down.
Michelle Cresco. Tanya Milojevic. Lisa Morgan Small.
Will Dean Gosowski and Dean Hannigan join the graduates of the College of Science and Mathematics and the School for the Environment on the floor?
Janmesh Patel, Vyom Sarab Javeri, Dhruv Dinesh Kumar Patel, Nihar Patel, Kush Shah, Hodal Galani, Pavan Javeri, Manasa Kavuru, Michael David Myers, Rowan Barrett Colgrove, Lindsay Como, Karen Simanowitz, Sherry Dowsett, Anita Mimani, Jie Kian, Asia Abu Rabia, Mingxu Kui, Jacob Thomas Goldie, Stephen Santos, Shruti Manjeshwar Divananda, Tracy Marie Lovelace, John Paul K. Kambaza, Rachel Brancato, Siddhartha Bola, Driti Hoskier Deepak, Shvitha Nagaraja, Sindhu Prasanna Kumar, Krutika Joshi, Arshita Ramachandra Reddy, Aduli Madhuri Ankush, Nikhana Vishwanath, Nisha Puwanich, Zhang Kailin Chang, Jiangyang Li, Run Meng, Ta Liu, Yunxiang Liu, Xiaoyuan Shi, Luo Yanzhang, Punit Rajendra Patel, Pratik Jayaprakash Yaragamlimath, Abhishek Rohit Kumar Buva, Ronald Dagmar Barrios Rayati, Vinit Ramchandra Tambekar, Hei Young Kim, Bijan Cronin, Ayush Kumar Chaudhry, Satwik Jadhav, Parth Patel,
Abhilash Shinakar,
Ashrita Muthu Kumaraswamy, Raksha Rashekar,
Nikhil Sidawani,
Haricharan Tankasala, Kinjok Yogendra Singh Parmar, Akshay Eknath Joshi, Achath Kamath Miyar, Alicia Razumova, Raymond Edward Borg, Deepesh Mangal, Siddharth Lalwani, Aditya Solge, Artem Holishevsky, Yinka Martins, Jeff Amari, Jason Curran, Dang V. Truong, Nico James, Stephanie Denizio, Chad Vincent Carlson,
Will Dean Cash join the graduates of the John McCormack Graduate School of Policy and Global Studies on the floor?
Escorting the deans down and then walking over and getting the graduates.
Sadia Ahmad,
New every year,
Enrico Eduardo Paje Manalo, Anastasia Temchenko, Leila Diego, Huita Henry, Imani Monet Penn, Rachel Elizabeth Agopian, Danielle Ikobachi,
Fakisha Fabre,
Ernest J. Paradetto III, Haifa Inaya, Hussein Chakar, Christopher Dunn, Nanori H. Barsumian, Brendan Thomas Concannon, Min Hui Xie, Ryan Walker, Michael Beaulieu, Linda Marie Danforth, Veronica Miranda Chase, Linda Holcomb, Carla Theriot, Ashley Ingle Mallet, Grace Malloy, Hunshi Zhang, Jennifer Lynn Maynard, Andrea Cosgrove Corbach, Lillian Elena Quiroz Divanis, Adam Stoller,
Neil Duffy,
Morgan Elizabeth Whittier, Zainab Ilumoka, Catherine Gall, Anna Lodi, David M. Bolcombe, Catherine Riley, Yvette Michelle Murillo Dominguez, Naomi Arbel, Michelle Christine Stevenson, Lauren Michelle Cushing, Jennifer Roy McCockey, Seiko Hori,
thank you,
Nicole Elizabeth Pretree, Miranda Reese Brooks,
Nancy Bess,
Bonnie Albright, Justin Rodriguez, Ugona Chidinma Ishonu, J.C. Taft. Elizabeth Smith.
Gael Achen.
We missed some of Bill Kiernan's students didn't get up, so I'm going to fold him back.
Carrie Elizabeth Strawn.
You don't have to say it.
Naomi Gallopin. Rachel Solano.
Chilton Bertine.
Ann F. Masterson. Juliana Santiago. Rizan Amatya.
All right.
Call Dean Winfrey to come up. Wait, before you do that. Nursing.
Will Dean Winfrey join graduates of the College of Nursing and Health Sciences on the floor?
Evan Joel Howard. Martin William Silk. Tatiana Mesa. Marie Jacinta Nowicki. Sylviane Eleanor Ngea. Tanya Lee Young. Alessandra Maria Adamo. Salwa Mohammed Maghrabi. Molly Loringer. Paul Joseph Comerford Jr. Susan Tina Colella. Cindy Y. Lang. Danny T. True. Najwa Ali Hassan. Sarai Lina Tessa Lamont. Stephanie Durand. Rose Elizabeth Moriarty. Megan Marvin. Alexandra Coffin. Nicole Michelle Bezra. Carol Mary McCarthy. Marissa Grace May. Jessica Topitzer. Megan Bunk. Natalia Francis De Matteo. Lauren Marie Johnston. Caroline McHenry. Betty Tran. Tao Costanza. Amanda Lynn Sheehan. Mary Poilucci. Betsy B. Mukaji. Joyce Toomey. Christopher Lambert, Satoshi Nagai, Michelle Ann Masana, Lauren Marie Pringle, Chui Le, Letty Gallagher, Molly Flynn, Ngozi Linda Umazuriki, Maureen Ojos, Bina Darai, Micah A. Small, Lorena Nushi, Rethel Papastavru, Tara Lee Moore, Hillary Baker Hort, Andrea Gorenti, Lauren Marie McGrath, Dawn Critter, Shannon Marie Krzeski, Herman Restrepo, Laura Klein, Sanusi Mohammed, Alexa Vieira Natalie Fortier, Dennis Keith Manning, Caitlin Jeanette McGoldrick, Melanie Hope Luke, Miranda Shola, Lori E. Parker, Ranjun Tao, Annette Akaradolu.
Will Dean Turkler join graduates of the College of Liberal Arts on the floor?
Alexandra Stiliani McHale, Archana S. Patel, Carol K. Dumas, Annette Haddon, Frederique Schutzberg, Devin Cody, Stacy Harper Billard, Lori Daron, Amanda Smart,
Jorge Ortiz,
Todd?
Victoria Elaine Shine,
Jermaine Corbin, Cheyenne Ora Gracia, Bailey Claire Zukovich,
Jeff Murray,
Janine Ann Renetta McGee, Sean Patrick Quigley, Christopher James Kimball, Kyle Casey Machado, Natalie Arbid, Maura Aborn,
Karina Nelson,
Yevgenia Diacek, Alexis Valerie Whalen, William Blackwell, Amanda Perry Miller, Megan Crowley, Danae Ashley Sherelle Reeves, Anna Maria Lindley, Cheyenne Nicole Dunham, Rebecca Ann Carpenter, Daniel Barbary, Edette Andrew Thomas, Mariah J. Ilsey, Jessica Ann Reimer, Sarah Elizabeth Schaubs, Petrina Powell, Anna Furtado, Catherine Fennell, Amanda Presswood, Eric J. Scott, Jillian A. Butler, Regine Vital, Amanda Miller, Effie Sapuridis, Matthew Hagler, Sarah Levinson, Emily Jager, Lisa Hansen, Allison E. Pierce, Zakaria H.E. Donadio, Jean Louise Reichman, Tracy Lee Reed, Teresa Knapp Enos,
Irina Norevicek,
Shannon Nicole Ebler, Carrie Ann Diaz, Sarah Guthrie, Stephen Floyd Reagan, Kalila Herring, Holly Engvall, James Simons, Tasneen Chaudhry, Grace Huber, Gazi Joki Udin, Rachel Zhang, Chunxiang Zhang, Amy Bell Pasht, Jacob Rubenstein, Candida Rose Baptista, Kim Sun Ti, Nicole Kathleen Young, Iria Dopazo Ruibao, Ileana Ramirez Morel,
Wildine Huddock.
Christine Beitler.
Join the graduates of College of Management on the floor. Next one.
There was another, so Bill had to go down there twice because the students weren't paying any attention. And they didn't go through the line as the was taught. And then one student didn't pay attention the second time. And now he's gone down again.
Margaret Batista Shimada. William Lee. Gabriele Quiles. Stuart Bowman. Jose Joaquin Reyes. Young Lo.
Tai Dong Tran.
Angie DiMarzio. Katiuska Bello. Thomas Arthur Philly. Andre D. Dimitrov. Eric Sachs. Meng Wei Dong.
Good, good.
Andrea Ursu. Erica J. Baker. Vanilla Varakuti. John Chaco. Anderson Hernandez. Daniel Garcia Dicato. Swamini Shah. Emmanuel Opayimi Apanishili. Michael Tiuli. Akila Daniels. Kaushal Pratap Singh. Pavan Kumar Kodati. Matthew Furlong. Akarsh Abunuri. Christy M. Tepalina. Dimitrios Kantakos.
What? In what?
Ryan Nicholas Muniz. Lori Doe. Jean-Ralph Propil. Irma Lefkotha Pinto. Udina Gajeki Visoka. Ina Alexandrova Naidanov. Larry Cow. Ivansh Bajaj. Yiting Du. Yu Jia Wang. Jessica Santosa. Shannon Page Showalter. Thomas M. Lombardo. George M. Blagden. Al-Walid Al-Batan. Yazid Aldaban. Saud Aldaban.
Nausheen Jahan.
Deborah L. Irwin. Lalitza Larson. Liana Ladan Nabi. Rihanna Pesce. Eugene Juja. Michael D. Harris. Aldine Terme. Kirsten Beth George. Luke William Corcoran. Radford C. Blight. Alex Lamoureux. Smita Dhanuka. Shengyi Tao. Tyreek Javon Wilson. Soma Dutt. Nicholas George Tihalis. Jacqueline R. Galvin. Catherine Sampson.
Vered Tom Lack.
Morgan Patrick Rossio. Sohil Gandhi. Marianne Elizabeth Weiler.
Undi Heller.
Akanksha Kamra.
One of my faculty, who's serving as a faculty member, she was giving me
Yuakana Mahandava
and she just got it. She
Tahachao.
wanted to give the diploma to
Dennis Leon. Kasaba Bogdan.
that was a nice
Ryan
prize
Patrick Colgan.
for her daughter. Very nice.
Michaela Hondros McCarthy. Charu Wirma.
Jorge waved at me when he did it.
Mung Song Lee. Lungu Yan. Yongshan Soon. Hao Yi Ran. Yifan Zhui. Junyu Wang. Melissa Claude. Emmanuel Pena. Yinglin Yang. Weng Xiu Fan. Simin Zhong. Jia Yifang. He Jia Sheng. Ying Shan Mai. Ebert Simoes. Xin Pu Zhao. Tatiana Petrukova.
Aditya Panikak.
Yeah, I'll walk and ask you.
Akahona Makubela.
Krishna Doris Cat. Yihan Lu. Xiao Xiao Li.
Wan Mei Jia. Yai Tian. Tiani Chen.
Adam Hassan Luchahi. Kwan Hyuk Im. Sarah Moy. Saraswati Basnat Raut. Jumi Nahar. Rong Tao Zhu. Lucille Nguyen. Ruby Aloy. Fargal Fotuhi Baragushi. Venkateshwar Reddy Nalapu. Robin Dangora. Chris Bessman Jr. Jatin Shatur. Joel Kress, Oswaldo Zabalu, Hui Dok Ko, Thuong Le, Bong Bui, Han Nguyen, Tyler Resendi, Gregory Andrew Romena, Kirthi Chetty, Anitep Virapataraku, Jorsa Joseph, Maria Epifanova, Natalia Plotnikova, Rebel Schwabe, Sarab Raut,
That's the beginning of education. Whereas Potter in black and white photos.
But
That's the end of the
Jinal Sheth, Ravi Kumar Shah, Arushi Siddharth Bahai Trivedi, Saleha Ashfaq, Sneha Chitte, Chandramali Chandrasekhar, C.V. Senthil Kumar, Nitin Gujral, Anand Vinod Master, Hao Zeng, Janika Pianam Vanit,
here he experienced downstairs.
Sufat Sorn Pakara Prakiti, Wei Shen, Chu Han, Deng Chen Pu, Han Cheng Zhang,
not going over here so much. We're protected because it's coming up the water.
Roosevelt Alves,
I like the color that Wildine Wilczynski join the Graduate College of Education and Human Development on the floor. Hello.
Sheila M,
Hello.
Ruth C. Lorzil,
Hello.
Sheila Hoover Shepard, Raymond L. Porch, Danielle Simon, Bison Janae Bell, Lori Petipa, Jennifer Lynn Laporte, Paige Alyssa Hackett, Alexander James Goldsmith,
Well,
Alexandra C.
I think it will
Slavoski,
be shorter next year. I think Barry
Lisa Marie Bonofilio, Lauren Marie Kelleher, Angelica Rossi,
very much. As usual,
Arla Gentle Sutherland, Jason Danahy Sheldon,
It's a very good speech.
Rachel J. Bay Chaparro, Reynolds Peter Davidson, Brittany Capeless Appleby, Melissa Marie Missett, Sophia Mae Thompson, Stephanie Hicks Williams,
Yolanda Diego,
Blair Boyer, Max Beasley, Eileen Riley, Brian E. McGowan, Jacqueline Leaf, Monica Venegas, Felicia Andre, Sadisha Brown, Henderson Sargent Jr., Danica Patrice Moses, Lorinda Backus, Michael McDonald, Cynthia Jerez Martinez, Ashia N. Smith, Caridad Lopez, Jovian Jean, Carlita Maria Camillo, Joelle Berthelot Gamer, Stephen Sterling Mitchell, Zachary James Houston, George Kevin Booker, Katisha T. John, David G. Hernandez, Carla De Leon, Yoralba Peguero, Simon Winchell Manning,
Ryan Patrick McGough,
Chloe M. Nixon, Leah Lavelle, Jocelyn A. Kane,
Stephen Ramos,
Leonardo Raul Gutierrez Mendoza, Brian Patrick Sullivan, Brian Novison, Vanessa Lee Bramante, Jack DeJohn Damba, Nathan Clifford, Anne Henrietta Finkel, Courtney M. Naughton, Jennifer Isabel Rogers,
John Andrew Gorelick,
Chan Shan Wang, Dai Wei Liu, Yu Yan Zhou, Jenny Xiang, Rui Wang, Nadia Leiden, Yun Jung Choi, Ellen Morrison Gray, Caroline E. Labella, Deborah Jean Ritson, Isabella Garcia, Alexandra Faye Orsino, Patricia R. Donahue,
Julie
Julie
K.
O'Neill,
O'Neill, Brittany Moore.
Ariana Roach. Kimberly Galuzzo. Christy DeSana McCoy. Amanda Teresa Santos. Mackenzie Powers. Gabriel Average. Courtney Gregoire. Sarah Atwell DeMello. Angela Marie Carney. Glendina Duncan Solis. Rachel Herman. Caitlin McLaughlin. Jenna Danielle Leavitt. Megan Racine. Sarah Seldamridge. Lara Jean Faherty. Alexandra Lee Harrison. Rui Cao. Maria Jose Velasquez. Alexander Philip Zitnik. Wei Sing. Roxanne Susan Leiden. Cassandra Schramm. Amanda Donahue. Kaylin Corrado. Rachel Long. Esther Enrique. Wen Jiang. Jing Li. Yi Swan Wong. Wen Zhen Qin. Xu Zhou. Amy M. Cardoso. Trisha Ann Aslin. Daniel Roberts. Veronica Tumavikas. Randy Karen. Christopher Tulloch Lloyd. Sabrina Jager. Andrea A. Mitchell. Corrine Joseph. Alicia Williams. Brittany V. Green. Jessica Amira. Tasita Alexander Porter. Christina Dulles Harris. Christopher Edmund Richard. Christina Ruth Small. Shayna G. Holloway. Ann Ha. Erica Maria Figueiredo. Angela Halliday. Tara Shade Hollins. Ashley Monique Edmonds. Mandy Lamb. Camlin Tu. Alexandra Ibarra Carmona. Megan Marihildo.
Phoebe Taronis.
Brianna Gagnon Isabel. Rachel Magdalena Haypenny. Catherine Donnelly. Evan C. Cutler. Margaret Sabin. Margaret Teague. Richard James Perkins.
Liliana Marie Sadilia.
Bridget Ann Paula Ganson. Stephanie Marson Lee. Colleen Teresa Fahy. Margaret Amanda Gregory. Megan Carol Rateau. Nicole Frizone. Janine Murphy. Janine Hart-Huber. Heather Manning. Nicole Elise Hicks. Kelly McLeod. Michael Peter Travers. Donna Josephine Sutherland. Christopher L. Johnson. Sarah McLeod. Michelle Leiden-Berry. Yulia Bogdanovskaya. Emily Jean Cronin. Sarah Taylor. Carolyn Ann Tracy. Menda Francois. AJ Guerrero.
We might as well. And now we're concluding our 49th commencement. The provost is going to give us our recession directions. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you for staying. You have accomplished an incredible milestone. We're truly proud of you here at the University of Massachusetts, Boston. Congratulations, class of 2017. Thank you, colleagues.
Professor Sukumaran, please take your place. Would the President, Chancellor, and honored guests please rise and follow the Chancellor off stage. Would the faculty please rise and follow and recess down the center aisle?